What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Match day 4 of the MF Alumni FFL Draft Pick Choice Tournament. Last game of pre-quarters. Here we come. Like I said before, knocking these out when I have availability. Not doing as much of an event like I have in the past. Pandemic really was the best time when we all had free time and we could make it like a communal thing. But yeah, now it's just getting what needs to be done. Quick look at our bracket. This is where we left off last time. Yeah. Joe, Gibby, and Crayon winning in pre-quarters so far, dropping Wego, Adam, and Jacob respectively into the Niners bracket. One last game, Sprite and Preston coming right up. That is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Need to do some vocal lessons, clearly. Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Rams is who we're going to see. And then we're going to try to do 1 to 2 more tonight. Ideally, get 2 of those quarterfinals games knocked out, like Colin Joe and Rob Gibby. That would be a big win in my eyes from where we're at. So yeah, let's do this thing where we talk about the teams. Okay, quick check. We've got Preston rocking the 2018 first 2 drafted quarterbacks. Sam Darnold will be the one playing on the Rams. Yeah, running back, we've got mostly Jonathan Taylor. I'm trying to think if any of them mix in on the depth chart. Maybe Scadaboo if it's like a goal line power run. But we'll see. Wide receiver wise, Jackson Smith-Njigba, AJ Brown. I don't think Brandon Ayuk gets number 3 in this offense, but he might. It might be Christian Watson instead. I don't remember. I guess we'll see. Tight end Juwan Johnson. Over on Pittsburgh side, the Sprite Steelers over here. We've got Drake May, the MVP runner-up and Super Bowl runner-up. With Trevor Lawrence behind him. Running back, we're going to see mostly Ashton Genty. I believe a little bit of Chase Brown mixes in here. He's definitely got more speed. Genty has more elusiveness, just based on what I recall from the attributes. Wide receivers, we're going to see Puka Nacua going against his real-life team, Drake London, and I think it's some mix of Mike Evans and Jameson Williams that shows up. Jameson, of course, is a speed freak, so that elevates him on video game depth charts. Tight end, we're going to see mostly Dalton Kincaid, maybe a little Tucker Kraft, probably not a lot of Colby Parkinson, but he was rostered, so there you have it. Cool, let's jump into this game. I think I already set the jerseys, so this is the last round I'll be doing. I think I was just doing like alternates for this round. For the quarters, I'm going to try to do kind of like rivals or color rush, whatever is available on a per team basis, something like that. That's what I'm thinking for the next round's theme. But yeah, we'll do our 12-minute quarters, 15-second runoff, and random announce team. We're getting a night game in Pittsburgh, so back to the stadium Bane blew up. But yeah, I'm gonna hand it off to the commentators. See y'all on the other side of this.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Ready for football now from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tirico along with my partner Greg Olson. That's the kicker, Tyler Luke, set to get this started. Off we go from Pittsburgh. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the #3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. First carry now for the former Badger Jonathan Taylor. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
Gain of 6. And the Rams first down. It's a gain of 6.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Going for it all. That is brought in. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. That is a big gainer for the Rams. 38 yards.
First down, Rams.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's going to be incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll let the officiating crew sort this one out. Whoa, things are getting tougher. It's now 3rd and 15. On the give, this is Taylor. And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up 4th down.
No real surprise here, Mike. I think with the way their defense is playing, they decide to just play it safe, short run, get the ball a little bit closer for their kicker here on 4th down, and just make sure they end this drive with points.
On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Rams will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return is Chase Brown. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, But on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff, everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 2. The motion man is Nakua. May to throw on 2nd down. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 20 yards on that pass play. That's a Steeler first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Nakua snags it over the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
10 at the 32-yard line.
London brought in motion. They'll go play action with May. Pass caught right side by Kraft. And he'll be out of bounds. Down at the 20. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
And he's come out of the game on fire here, Mike, early. He's yet to throw an incompletion on this opening drive. And as he now approaches the opponent's side of the field and they start thinking points on that other sideline, this defensive play caller has to be looking at that call sheet saying, what can I do to slow this guy down? Because with the way this game is started, he could be in for a big day.
17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Throw again is May. And he will get into the end zone. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Steelers move out to a 7-3 lead. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. On the return, this is Blake Corum. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now flags fly. Like someone got going early, and it's going to turn into 1st and 15. That's on the former 9th overall pick, Charles Cross. They'll put Ayuk in motion. They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 5. Give up the middle to Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. Forced out wide. He'll try to run for it. A first down on the scramble. A gain of 16.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Rams, first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Los Angeles.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 9. They'll put Ayuk in motion. They'll go play action with Darnold. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. Third down coming up. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got it with Smith in Jigba. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
That pass play good for 22. First down, L.A.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important. Like, everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up first and goal.
Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on first and goal. Here now, second down and goal. Pollard trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
I give that defense all the credit in the world there, Mike. And offensively, you find yourself first and goal from the 1. You have to find a way to get that last yard and put the ball in the end zone. There's no excuses to miss a touchdown here.
He'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. Over the top. He's got it. DeJuan Johnson. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Rams are on top. It's now 10-7.
Steelers 7.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Brown now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. A run, and this is Ashton Genty. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Was brought down by Jared Burris. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
So we are through one on Monday Night Primetime. The Rams out to the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter. They're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They run out of the gun with Genty. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
There's no need to do anything reckless. It's 3rd and long. The opportunity to convert this is probably slim. So there was nothing open downfield. I think he makes the smart decision here, Mike. Avoid the negative play and throw the ball away.
A few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. The Rams offense and running back Jonathan Taylor set to take over once more. They had that field goal in the opening drive, the touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold. Over the middle, Smith and Jigbo with the grab. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Rams 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 14. And a Rams 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On the handoff, it's Taylor. He looks forward for maybe a yard. There to make the stop, the All-Pro T.J. Watt.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. They go right back to Taylor. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Jalen Ramsey up to make the play.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
3rd down, 3 to go. To throw is Darnold. He's got his man, complete to Johnson. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
You know, anytime you're talking about an interior defensive lineman, it's always easy to talk about his size and his strength. But what stands out to me, Mike, is his ability to move his feet, turn those hips, get penetration in the backfield, and take the running back down for a loss.
He finds Johnson across the field. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. There is a lot of room to operate.
He's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6. Now, Darnold. This one caught at the floor. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
9 yards. And the Rams, 1st down.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they're on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. And he will power his way into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Rams. On for the PAT is Aubrey. He's got it. And the Rams will get out in front 17-7.
17. Steelers 7.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Williams on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete.
This is something they teach defensive linemen, Mike, that, of course, we want to get to the quarterback and pressure and hit him and ultimately sack him. But if you don't think you're going to get there, when his hand comes off the ball, your hands go up. Get in that throwing lane, get a deflection, and he's able to force the incomplete.
They'll try to set up the screen to Genty. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's 19 yards for the second straight play. They are rolling. Another first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pick.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Throwing on third down is May. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
It is brought in the end zone. Mike Evans. Touchdown Steelers.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone. Because as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
On is Luke to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Steelers are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
Steelers 14.
to the touchdown. Luke is back out to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Corum. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Rams offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Darnold. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Timing and anticipation, those are the critical elements anytime you're throwing a ball outside of the numbers. If the quarterback waits too long, Mike, that receiver just gets closer and closer to the sideline and just makes what should have been a much easier throw and catch an incomplete pass.
That's complete. It's JSN. The Steelers are going to use one of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. On 4th down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. To return is Williams. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Here's May to throw it on 4th down. And no chance to turn and go. That one's good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
2nd down, they need 7. From out of the gun, here's May. To the left side, he finds Kraft. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
That's good for us Steelers. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. May to throw again. Right back to Evans. He's got it again. And the Steelers going to be set up with 1st and goal. Pass play moves them down to the 1.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback inside.
And he Drills his way into the end zone. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
No problem there on the extra point, and the Steelers move out in front by 4. It's 21-17.
17.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll put Ayuk in motion. He'll step up and run this. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. And a little chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And complete. It's Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This a 57-yard attempt. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the 2nd half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Williams on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On play action, here's May. Working across the field, he's got London. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? 1st down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
We'll get it up 4 here as he is taken down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
May to throw on 2nd down. That's to the right side, taken in by Evans. 11 yards on the pass there. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. That's 11 yards again, 2 plays in a row. And another 1st down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Clearly trying to catch the defense by surprise, Mike. If the draw works, it's a touchdown. But being down here in the red zone, this is a tough spot on the field to get away with running that draw play.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's May. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Ball incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Steelers will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Corum. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Rams offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll take this past the 30, a gain of 6, mark it at the 31.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stop the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
First down. A gain of 15.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets out 2nd and 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Here's Taylor. And pick up 3 or maybe 4. Peyton Wilson that time in on the stop.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll run the sneak. And he's going to have the Rams 1st down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the 1st down.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down, LA.
Another Rams first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Taken down.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
A couple of 3rd down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. Darnold now to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Aubrey's kick is good, and the Rams will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
out is Brandon Aubrey. Had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. On the return, it's Williams. Oh, he's got room past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Steelers' offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's May. In trouble, and down he goes. Braden Fisk in there for the sack. It is a loss of 6 to begin the drive.
And it might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Finds Nakua on the slant. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. A gain of 24 through the air. That's a Steeler first down.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver. Leads to a real nice run after catch and brings up first down.
Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. Now, May. Work in the middle. It's Kraft. He's got it. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. So these teams trade field goals in the 3rd as we come to the end of the quarter. And Monday Night Primetime continues after this. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Working out of the gun, it's May. He'll get this off to Genty. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
He's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now, give to Genty, running right. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
That is caught, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Great London quarter, get the ball with the lead, and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Luke now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Steelers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Rams 20.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Darnold to throw on 2nd down. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Rams 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
This guy's really starting to roll now. I mean, his involvement in the passing game just continues to pick up, and until the defense identifies him as a pass threat, I expect this quarterback to keep looking his way.
They'll run here with Hill. Finding space inside the 40. Whoa! What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. A big run from Taylor. 41 yards.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
To the outside, catch made by Brown. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Now Darnold. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
Down in here in the low red zone, Mike, these windows are just so short. The field's a lot wider than it is deep, so it really changes the scheme and the progression of the quarterback, and nowhere really to go with the ball, and falls incomplete.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, LA. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Big spot for the Rams as they'll try to add a two-point conversion now.
The Rams.
Here's Darnold again. That's caught. So they get the two-point conversion. And all of a sudden, that 11-point deficit down to just a field goal here in the fourth. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Brown now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Steelers offense and Drake May making their way back out. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a couple. Out of the gun, here's May. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it's going to be 3rd down.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike, and that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 35 yards.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
What I loved most about this was just the ability of the quarterback, Mike, to so quickly go through his progression. You see early on at the top of his drop, his eyes are downfield. Quickly realizes there's not a lot of opportunities downfield. Check it down to your back.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
On is Luke to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Steelers tack on one more to their lead. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Rams offense and running back Jonathan Taylor set to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Smith-N-Jigba left side, he's got it. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Looking Smith-N-Jigba's way again, and again a catch. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll put Ayuk in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Darnold to throw again. Moving to his left. Off he goes. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Rams first down.
First down, Los Angeles.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
On the ground, it's Taylor.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. And this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Darnold to throw. Over the middle, Smith-N-Jigba with the grab. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. Brown now to return it. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Steelers offense and Drake May making their way back out. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. Room to run at the 35. Past the 45. And he is going to run it all the way down near the red zone. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here's May to throw it on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
1st down and goal to go.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Here's Genty. Marked down at the 6. And 3rd and final timeout taken by the defense. So the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. Off the bootleg. Here's May. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout
I think you can call that the dagger.
Touchdown
probably.
Steelers. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Loop now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Steelers are going to extend their lead.
Makes the score Steelers 45, Rams 31.
Now, after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Rams offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. This is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They'll put Ayuk in motion. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, LA. They'll drop to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Darnold to the air once more. He takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Brings up 3rd down.
Towels waving. Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down. He's got his man, complete to Johnson.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Darnold now on 1st and 10.
Darnold's pass complete to Brandon Ayuk. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Here's Darnold. That's hauled in once again. It's Ayuk. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
To throw again is Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
It's clear whenever they were trying to set up it was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Darnold. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the 3rd and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
Here we go. One final play. And he's going to go down. The pressure too much.
Way to work,
and that should
Sammy.
wrap this one up as they have to give it up on downs. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.
Well, while that may look bleak for Preston's team, this has been the most offensive game of the tournament so far. So, the Steelers, I mean, both of them should have pretty good defenses, so, like, that's something to be said. I know Darnold might be one of the, like, from a strictly overall rating perspective, one of the weaker starting quarterbacks in this tournament. I get it, there's 12 teams, it's fantasy football teams, so, like, you know, having a guy who's good enough to win the Super Bowl isn't always good enough to win the Madden tournament, but, you know, them's the breaks. I don't really know how else to put this. Moving on, Sprite moves on to face Conair in the next round. We're into the quarters. Starting after this, Preston unfortunately drops down to the Niners bracket, where he will take on Jacob. So we're going to do a quick break. I'm going to rearrange all my visuals while we're doing the break. But Colin and Joe up next. First match of the quarters. See you soon. Stay tuned.